In this episode, I'm going over one of my most recent shoots with my friend Rio Sierhaus as I was testing out the Canon EOS R. So yeah, I was testing out the Canon EOS R. I just rented it for a week, and I just wanted to test out that camera. One of the things that prompted that rental was the fact that my friend and Sierhaus was going to be in town. You know, so I don't get to see her that often, but every single time she's come back, we've ended up collaborating on something. So this was like our 8th or 9th shoot that we've done together. And I always enjoy working with her because she's so polished. I joked and I put on Twitter that I feel like I'm always a better photographer after working with her than I actually am. And one of the things that I wanted to do was kind of put the Canon EOS R through its paces and do some stuff that her and I hadn't done as much of before. As you can tell from this setup, I love working with colored gels. I love it. Whenever I can do it, I will throw a gel in some light and just go crazy. And so I wanted to do something, because we hadn't done anything with colored gels before. We've done a classic pinup, which was our last photo shoot that we did together. I loved how those photos turned out. We'd done high contrast black and white before, but I wanted to do something to show off the colors. So we ended up doing a blue and a pink gel together, and then we did a pink and a green, or a blue and a green. But the pink, we decided, as she's laying out her outfits as we get in, she had this bikini with pink outline to it. And I was like, oh, that'll look really cool, because everything else was basic black, that kind of thing. And so I was like, oh, this pink would add a hint of color to you that would also add to the hint of color that we've got with the lights. So we decided to do that. As I talked about in my Canon EOS R review video, there was a little bit of a banding problem. So we had a little bit of a banding issue as it was going, but luckily I shot a little wider because I wasn't sure how I was going to frame it and how I was going to crop everything in post. So I shot a little wider, which ended up being great, because then I just cropped out that portion. And yeah, I loved how these turned out. We shot at Blackheart Studio in St. Paul, which is one of the places that is always one of my go-to studios because they're so easy to work with. And they've got just enough there to really be able to utilize a lot of different things. And I was like, oh, they've got the bed. We've never really done a traditional boudoir setup. We did at the Airbnb, we did one, a couple quick, on the bed shots, lingerie shots. We never did the traditional boudoir. And as Rio's a Suicide Girl, one of the Suicide Girl standards that you always see is the super shallow depth of field. And I'm always very concerned doing that style because basically I just don't trust my camera as much. If I lose focus and it's so shallow depth of field, I'm gonna that entire shot won't be usable. But one of the things with the EOS R is the fact that it has very good autofocus and very specific eye detection autofocus. So I was like, oh, I can do this pretty well with the EOS R and get the eye detect on, and I will be able to have this nice shallow focus and just use the natural light, because obviously my flashes would have completely counteracted that. So we did a few natural light photos, and then I turned the flashes back on and did more of my traditional setup, and I realized I like that a lot better. But yeah, it's always super fun working with Sierhaus. She's become a super good friend, and I'm always excited to work with her when she's back in the area. And so I had to make a behind the scenes video as well, and I'm so stoked how everything turned out. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment down below. See, what do you want to see in future videos for this vlog? Because I'm going to be doing the vlog more often and more behind the scenes stuff. So what do you want to see from me? And you can always follow me at Knocked Out Films on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks for watching.